SphereOnFi.com. It's the hidden new craze of the Vulf Sphere. I'm sorry.
Knock on the door, open the invitation, looking out for a lemonade situation. Hold out your hand, it's a lemonade stand, you see. Thousands of years stuck to the ocean bottom, out of the blue. Dayton, Ohio's calling, next thing we knew, man on the moon, you see. Yeah. Here comes the
Welcome to the Conscious Club Podcast. We back, baby. We back, and we better than ever with the illustrious multicam. We've upped our game. We bought more cameras a long time ago, and we haven't used them until now. We continue to make podcasts despite anything that may go wrong. Yes. Welcome to the show. It's the Conscious Club Podcast. We're the number 1, number 2 Vulfpeck podcast. Probably the number. We're such a low number, and probably a lot of other people's lists of the podcasts that they like to listen to. After what happened last week, we'll get to it soon. It's the number 1, number 2 Vulfpeck podcast. We love Vulfpeck, despite what you may think. We love Vulfpeck. Only talking to a few people out there, but
Starting off shady.
Hey, we're not shady. That's true. I want to be honest and open. You know, and I don't want to dox anybody again. But I just want to put it out there. I want to be vulnerable, but I also want to be invulnerable. Mm-hmm. I think I'm walking on that tightrope really well recently today. And being vulnerable, saying you're sorry, admitting fault, but also going, no, we're going to talk about this. It's just stuff to talk about, and we long to have this heat. Okay, like we've needed heat. Okay. We've been ignored for far too long in the Vulf sphere. I didn't expect it to go this
this is not the heat I would prefer, but we're living with it.
Yeah.
We're persisting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, this is the Conscious Club Podcast. I'm Indy.
I'm Tori.
She's
Hi.
Tori. We have producer Daniel, who, if you want me to blur your face, I can, now that you're affiliated with us.
No, we're here. Let's do it.
Oh, he's
I'm very
doxing
interested
himself.
in what's brewing here.
Daniel did not know about this finagling because he's famously not in the pack.
I always thought I'd be the one dynamic on this show that had that kind of antagonism with the pack, but
right.
But I suppose we're joining forces here on this one.
We're like yours was voluntary, but mine was involuntary.
Mine was a full blown on my end only.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, if you guys are wondering, the listeners out there who don't know what I'm talking about, I had posted a picture, a blurred. I wouldn't even call it blurred. Photoshop dodged.
Heavily edited.
Heavily dodged in Photoshop. There was only a address number and half of the city name. Okay, so I didn't dox anybody. But according to the powers that be, it was a very serious offense that I committed against the Vulfpeck, and for that I am sorry, honestly. No joke here at all. I'm a huge fan of comedy, and I have an artist friend who's a really great guy, and he says that seriousness is just fear pretending to be an adult. And I kind of like that in a way, right? Because the post was up for probably a half hour, right? I posted it and I went back. I was like editing a podcast. And then I got back to this firestorm of takedown requests. And I'm honestly sorry. You know, like, we live in a world now where anything can happen. We were just made aware of the not U of M, but Michigan
MSU.
State. There's an active shooter at Michigan State right now as we're recording this.
My mom's on lockdown currently, so that's fun.
Is she on campus?
My mom lives on campus, yeah.
She lives on campus?
Mm-hmm. She's on lockdown. She was like, my doors are locked and my curtains are drawn. I'm like, I'm still scared.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know she
That's
lived on
another layer to
How
my
is your mom
anxiety.
younger than you?
What?
She lives on campus.
She lives in a house right by campus. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not in the school. It's near
She doesn't live in the school.
Thank
no.
God.
No.
Well,
She's on lockdown, so that's fun.
we love you, Heather. We're not going to dox you, although I think we kind of did.
Her address is...
Yeah. Please don't tell me to take this down, Heather. We love you. But yeah, we live in a world now where that's taken really seriously, and they should have. I'm not saying that they should have done anything differently. Mm-hmm. I just think it was a little blown out of proportion.
I agree.
And I think Danny Wood, honestly, I want to give props to, because he had such a, how do I want to say this? Like, he met me with more class than I met him with. And that's speaking volumes, because I don't have a lot of class. And it's apparent in the post that I posted. But I have no excuses. What I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. There's no joke there. But here's what I want to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the apology podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on an apology tour like Obama.
Yeah.
And I regret what I did. And I didn't, and I love Vulfpeck. I love the pack. I love the admins. And I'm kind of floundering here, but I want to, say the right things. We go a little hard here on the show. Mm-hmm. But it's in good fun. We're not career musicians. We're not of any caliber of musicianship as the people in the pack or Vulfpeck. So maybe that may be, me compensating for lack of a musical D, you know what I'm saying? But I like to make the implicit explicit.
Yeah.
And I think I thought what I did was okay at the time, because I blurred and dodged the photo.
And it was in the context of a joke.
It was in the context of the don't dox yourself joke.
That was
from
the
telethon.
whole point of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just want to say, like, I know you. We've been together for almost 5 years next month.
Yes. Me. Yes.
Yeah, you. And you don't have a bad bone in your body. And I know that you had no bad intent with what you did. And it was all coming from a place of for the joke.
Yes.
And so I personally I felt bad that this happened. But then when I went on the Vulfpeck and I saw like their post about it, it was really, it kind of really made it into a situation that didn't happen at all. It was like,
It didn't need to happen.
It was like, don't harass people, don't threaten people, don't do this. And it's
Right.
like, that's not what happened at all. And it's good that you warn people not to do that. But
Yeah.
like, Indy would never do that. And so
Yeah.
it really turned the situation into even more of a big deal, because then everyone in the comments was like, who would threaten the Vulfpeck people? Who would harass
Right.
their families? I hope nobody did that. That didn't happen. Maybe
Right.
it has happened and other people have done that, but like Indy's intent was a joke. you know.
And it wasn't even
and,
posted
yeah.
in the Vulfpeck. I posted it,
It wasn't
on our
posted
Instagram.
in the pack. Nobody follows us, and I'm
Well, the
surprised
people who matter obviously
even
do.
saw it to tell us to take it down, or
Right.
for you to take it down.
Right.
So I don't know. I just felt bad, and then you like immediately got blocked or banned from the pack. I don't know which.
I'm banned or blocked.
Banned, yeah.
Well, it doesn't show up in my search. Thank you.
So yeah, Indy's officially banned, and I'm in there still. I'm not active in there. I
wasn't either. That's what the funny part is.
Yeah.
The only things I've ever posted are like the links to the podcast, and that's once a month.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, here's the podcast. It's not even like.
But
Yeah.
but this is what I want to say. As human beings, we need to realize that people make mistakes. And if somebody does something and it comes off in the wrong way and it's a mistake and they apologize, you should have empathy for that person and understand, oh, I've done some sketchy shit in my past. Like I've, done something that I regret. I have empathy for this person and I'm going to accept their apology and give them a second chance. To me, there's like this moral high ground that some people take where it's like very punitive, and like we're in this era now of cancel culture, and some people, yes, need to be canceled. Like people like Bill Cosby, people who are like, assaulting people,
Actually
hurting
committing
people, committing crimes. These people need to be canceled, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody makes a joke that goes too far or posts something that they're not supposed to, we shouldn't immediately
Well, it's one thing
go
if that person.
punitive.
Yeah, right. It's one thing if that person doesn't apologize.
Exactly.
Then they may deserve.
If they don't take accountability and
Right.
own up to it,
Yeah.
then yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, I individually apologized to 3 pack admins. And only one of them, not going to say who, but only one of them replied back at all.
Yeah.
I've just been left on red on one of them. And I don't know if the other person blocked me or if they just don't check their messages, but radio silence from 2 of the 3 that I've reached out to. Because another, like on that same point that you're making, that means, if people are so quick to do that, and it's mostly people in millennial and Gen Z generations, if people want to do that, they also have to accept the fact that they won't be forgiven when they mess up.
And everyone does. Everyone messes up.
Right. No, I'm not even saying if, when.
So it's better
Right.
for you as a human being to have empathy and realize that in other people. So then when it happens to you, because it does. It happens
Right.
to all of us.
Right.
We all fuck up. We all do.
Well, also, I don't know if you guys, this is about a music podcast. I don't know if you heard the recent song by the Kid in Africa.
What?
I don't want to act all high and mighty, cause one day I may fall down on my face. I say thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. I'm a beautiful day. The first words, I don't want to act all high and mighty, cause one day I may fall down on my face.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's the biggest problem I have with the whole thing.
You're right. Maybe the generation after Gen Z, Gen A, is the real Gen. They have more in common with Gen X than the millennials or Gen Z.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I realized the wrong and what happened, and obviously it wasn't right. And
Right.
I love that you're apologizing because I agree. Like,
No, I admit it's wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
I also
it's
think
just this moral high ground thing that I cannot stand.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And God bless all of them. Honestly, like I don't want any hard feelings from any of them. If they want to feel that way towards me, live in that hell. Go ahead. I'm not going to I don't want to live in that hell. So God bless you. So I don't know. I think if you can't forgive people, it's you won't be forgiven. Period. And I don't mean that from like a religious perspective. I just mean that in like real life. I think that shows real maturity, real love, and compassion towards others. And also, people you may hate or people you may disagree with that don't see things your way, like they deserve love too. you know. And if we're not a part of, if we don't show love to the people we disagree with, we're contributing to negativity in the world.
Yeah.
Right? I think, and also, I can take it religious here. That's one of the things in the Lord's Prayer is the trespasses. What was it? I forgive those who trespass against us.
Yeah.
And lead us not into temptation. And deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the whole, the power, the glory. Ah! Man.
Oh my God. Whoa. Okay.
I'm getting Pentecostal up in this
That's
hoe.
for sure.
But yeah, no, it's true. And people gloss over that part of the Lord's Prayer. You know? You know, they say, it was funny is like a lot of the people, like especially in my dad's neighborhood. My dad lives in like a 55 and up neighborhood. And he lives on the Trump side of the neighborhood.
Ew.
Where they all think if you have an American flag, that means you're Republican. And all the Democrats don't put up American flags.
Not true.
Yeah, but what's so ironic, and I'm going on a tear here, and I'll go on a tear, is that, you know, those are the people who are most likely to be religious, and it's just so opposite to me. Because if you say that the Lord's Prayer is one of the most common prayers that churches say, but people just forget that you say, you know, the people that trespass against us, forgive them.
Yeah.
Which are Democrats.
For your dad?
Yeah, for you know, people like my dad, you know.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, anybody who comes on TV who's, like, a Democrat is, like, if it says D next to their name on the news, it's automatic. You're this, screw you. I'm not even listening to what you have to say. And I'm like, that's not right.
And Democrats feel the same way about Republicans, too.
All right, so we're a completely centrist podcast here. And also, I've heard people say that centrists are the problem, which is the worst thing you could say.
But also, in the United States, Democrats are centrists. So it's like, they really are.
No, I think
In the
centrists are
US.
centrists. Yeah.
Okay, you can have that opinion.
Well, yeah. Are you saying, we're going political here on a music podcast.
Like people
you're
like
saying,
Joe Biden, for example, compared to AOC. Like that's two different kinds of Democrat.
Well, yeah.
Joe Biden's
oh my gosh.
like more of a centrist. You know what I mean?
Well, Joe Biden, compared to AOC, he's a Republican.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Democrats in this country are like
Well, let's clarify.
almost Republicans.
Are you saying that centrists are more likely to vote Democrat? Or Democrats are more likely to be centrist?
I feel like centrists sometimes are more like libertarian.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which
Anyway,
I definitely am not, but
we got to
God
an
bless.
interesting place here, and I'm sorry to the admins who said not to talk about this, but
the thing is, this is our lives. We can talk about whatever we want. This is our podcast, and this is what happened.
right.
And we're not just going to sweep it under the rug. And
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to speak directly to the two people who didn't respond back to me. I'm sorry. But also, if you think that what I did would lead to any sort of violence or anything malicious to Jack and his family, you have a bad opinion
of Vulfpeck fans.
of Vulfpeck fans.
Yeah.
Like, you think they're just going to commit violence because they see 90%, like 10% of an address?
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
Also, if somebody wanted to do something, that information is out there, and they could do so on their own time without any input from anybody else.
Right.
So
Also,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Also, I may have helped Jack Stratton in this.
True. So
Let's go-
hopefully the next time when he does something, it won't be public.
Not even that. In the 30 minutes that this post was up, it was an advertisement for the hat. He may have gotten more orders from my post so that people could see the address, and that would actually benefit it. What do you think, Daniel? You've been listening. You've been quiet.
Just in general about this.
About the whole situation.
Yeah,
about the whole
spiel.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Democrats, liberals, probably.
Okay.
That was a whole separate
That was
tale.
a tear,
we'll
sorry.
do that another day. I think that when you are an admin on an online community, there's a lot of kind of pressure and taking responsibility on in terms of there are certain things that you need to do to basically create that safe environment between like the two groups, right? The musicians, the fans in this case. And even, fan to fan, and doxing is a very serious thing. It happens, unfortunately, a lot online. The thing, I guess, so with all that said, it's good that these, that obviously, like, the admins take their responsibility seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With that said, I think it goes back to what you two were saying. It's about the intent of the person. If you had someone, brand new, someone who was just acting in bad faith, who was there to dox, who was kind of like there to,
shit stir.
Yeah, just a shit stir. Come
Shit
in
stir.
and
Yeah.
kind of, stir some shit.
Yeah.
That's one thing, and strike those people down. But
100%.
it is different to me when you have someone who is a voice within the community, who has interacted with all of the community
For years.
Who's committed to Vulfpeck with a podcast, 61 episodes now, wants the best for them.
Right. And so that's kind of where I'm at. You have someone who's like so enthusiastic about Vulfpeck that there's all of these. It's kind of like we've talked about in previous episodes. Like there's ways of communicating, right? There's ways that like Jack likes to communicate what he communicates in ways that Corey communicates his art. And you see how those communications differ. And, in a case like this is you trying to communicate something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll make mistakes. That happens.
Unavoidable. Yeah.
That's and sometimes, an action is in good faith, but may just come out wrong. That happens. And
Happens
that's
to me a lot.
That's a mess. Yeah. That's a mess up,
That's part of comedy too. It's like you just take stabs sometimes and they miss a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not a comedian, nor do I claim to be. I just love comedy, and that's my first
and it goes
thing.
with podcasting.
Yeah.
And so there's where because you love it and because you love Vulfpeck and you're kind of melding those two in a situation like this, and you're trying to communicate those two loves outwardly and express those. And sometimes you take chances and they're not the right ones, and that's fair. Maybe it was the wrong post, but it always comes down to the fact is like the intent behind the person, and you're someone who like Tori said, like through this podcast has proven for years how important this band, this community is to you. You breathe this band. And it's one of those things where it's hopefully this is able to pass, and things are kind of able to go back to their previous status quo, because at the end of the day, all this is a mistake that you can learn from, and there's really no kind of bad intention around.
Right. This is Vulf Era 2.
Yeah, this is your rebirth.
Yeah. It's the rebirth.
Indy's
we gotta learn.
rebirth,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, there's much more to learn and much more to do. And honestly, I've been reading Richard Branson's book that's from like a decade ago called The Virgin Way. I got it for $2.99 at Goodwill. And it talks a lot about leadership, the difference between leadership and management. And to go on a Jack Stratonian tear here, there's a difference between management. Management is just keeping the wheels turning. Leadership is steering into uncertain waters. Is steering the ship and having the confidence to go where we haven't been before. And
We have done that.
boy, have we done that.
We have done that.
Yeah, no, but thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it, because that is true. Like it's all in the intent, and maybe the two admins that left me on red haven't listened to the podcast in as much as the other admin that did. And I think that's why I already said it was Danny that was so kind to me and expressed humility in a time where I was asking for forgiveness. He gets me the best out of all the admins. He participates more than any other listener of the show.
We love Danny.
Yeah, we love Danny. We can, and also, like, if there is any punitive action, if Danny's at the helm, I trust that was the right decision. But if Danny ain't at the helm and he's got something to say, I hope that other people would listen.
And we know he's not the top dog. That's all I'll have to say.
Well, he's the top dog on this podcast. We love you, Danny. But yeah, I don't want to beat this dead horse too much.
Yeah,
but
let's get into some fun stuff.
we can get into some fun stuff, and we have the Instagram to go over. But I'll end it with this. We love you. I love you, and I'm deeply sorry. I will never, ever do anything like this again. I love comedy. I am comedy fuels my thought processes. I go to the joke. I go for the joke. Sometimes I just go to places just to make a joke about them.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm a stand-up comedian that never has done stand-up yet. I'm like a pre-comedian. Yeah. I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm what some people would call a pussy. But anybody? No. Okay.
Had no one to cut to. It was sad. No.
It wasn't funny. It was sad. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say I love you all. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But we're going to talk about this. And this is the part of the lore now. And although I can be sorry and I could say that we're still going to talk about it. So that's how it's going to be. We love the show. We love doing the show. The show's never going to stop.
We love everybody.
We love the pack. We have, actually, I'm still in the pack on a fake Facebook.
Don't tell them.
They don't know the name.
Oh, you're right. You are. I know who it is. I know who it is.
You know who it is. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I remember him.
I forgot about the whole Facebook page. Wow. Well, I'm still in the pack, everybody.
Secretly still there.
I did that years ago. I slipped
remember
in
that.
years ago.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Slay.
And boy, are we going to keep that a secret here on the Conscious Club podcast. Well, anyway, all right, let's get into it. I'm going to go through the Instagram. I only posted this a few hours ago, so I think we only got one response, unless anybody else popped in here. Nothing on the first one. Oh, we got Tommy Does Music.
All right.
He says, Corey Wong tour with Victor Wooten is about to start. And I got to say, that's going to be a kick-ass tour.
Bomb.
I got to say, Jack needs to follow Corey in his creative endeavors. I mean, no more festivals. We want tours with the greats.
I agree.
We don't want to be one of 50 bands, you know? And Daniel didn't know about Victor Wooten.
Really?
For the name.
Yeah.
But I think from Corey.
He's Vulf Jace. Well, he's old enough to be like Vulf's parents. You know what I mean? Like he's not even. I'd say he's Vulf Jace, but he's like in a different galaxy. Mm-hmm. He's like I would imagine Joe Dart would. He would be Joe Dart's like muse or something. Like an idol kind of a thing. So we love Victor Wooten. He's been a staple in the bass community for decades. I remember when I was learning guitar, in middle school, my guitar teacher was a funk guitarist who toured and did funk and played in funk bands in the 60s or 70s and 80s, and always spoke highly of Victor Wooten. So I've been educated on the Woot master for some time now, and I just gotta say, like for somebody in that caliber of musician, who's like, I don't know, unofficially voted like the best bass player in the world.
Yeah,
that would be such a what would it be like a validation for somebody like Corey Wong, that somebody like him, or even like Sonny T, being Prince's bass player for a long time, like he's already got the cause nod from Sonny T. They got the T nod, and now he's getting the Woot nod. Mm-hmm. That's incredible. That's awesome. I mean, he's going Florida, Illinois,
Look at all
Tennessee,
these festivals he's doing
New York.
too.
Oh, he's on the festival
These are
circuit?
all festivals right here. But these are all the lots of sold out shows and lots of shows with tickets still available. So everyone see if he's coming near you. A lot of stuff in the Midwest.
See, this is what Corey Wong, I think he listens to this show. because he's
touring.
He's touring and doing festivals. Because I think if I was a member of Vulfpeck, you can't not do a festival.
He's pleasing everybody, which I love.
Right.
He's doing something for everybody.
Right, and also he's doing something for himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the takeaways from the festivals is that, it's probably partly exposure to new listeners who may haven't listened to your music, but it's also a chance for you to mingle with new musicians who could help. Who knows? Corey or any of the people in Vulfpeck could be touring with a big person just by going to one of the festivals.
Exactly. And we'll cover this now. This is really cool. Corey announced 2 new festivals he's doing, and this one's really huge. Killer's got on Fleet.
That's big. Foo Fighters?
Sheryl Crow, like all these really big people. Weezer, super cool.
The Beach Boys?
But then this one blew my mind, honey. Lizzo, bitch. The Strokes, Foo Fighters.
Does she have 2
Lewis
Z's?
Cole. Huh?
I never noticed the 2 Z's.
Yeah,
is that
2
a different
Z's.
person?
No,
with 2
Lizzo
Z's?
always
Okay.
has 2 Z's. But he's going to Japan with Lizzo, bitch. Now that is what I would want to see. I'd go to this festival, I think.
Yeah.
To see Lizzo, Lewis Cole, Foo Fighters,
Go-Go
Strokes,
Love that name.
Corey. Lots of really cool people on this. Alanis Morissette. A lot of really cool people.
Very cool. I would say if I was in Japan, I'd go to this. Yeah, this would be good. The Strokes are cool. I love the Strokes.
Yeah.
Lewis Cole's making it out there. Corey Wong. Wow.
But Lizzo / Corey Wong crossover. I'm a huge Lizzo head. I am.
Yeah.
She's my queen. Love that.
No, I think she is a phenomenal artist.
She's amazing in everything she does.
And classically trained. It's not like there's some producer who makes all her stuff for her.
She is a musician.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
The very fun HBO concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Yeah. What's the song I dig from her? There's
you
a couple.
Juice. You love About Dead Time.
About damn time.
Yeah. You love Juice too.
Juice. And there's 2 songs that I love that named Juice. Or you guys, Notorious B.I.G's Juicy, which is freaking insane and such a bop. And Juice. Yeah. Well, who doesn't love Juice? I'm sure there's like a 93-year-old out there that likes Juice.
Oh, everyone does. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you, Tommy Does Music, for suggesting things to talk about here on the Conscious
We
Club
love
podcast.
talking about Corey.
Yeah, we're Corey heads, and keep adding to the rundown when we do it every month. We love you, Tommy Does Music, and also keep playing those one take albums. I can't wait for the Theo one that's going to come out. I want these albums to come out quicker so that Tommy Does Music
can cover them.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
We love Tommy.
All right, so the new Klezmer vinyl got sent out, and they have a selfie for their cover art.
Wow.
Love that. And then the front of it.
I love that.
I know. And then there's a picture of the front of it, too, that they had in the thread that I don't see anymore.
Top comments.
Top comments. All comments. There we go.
Oh, there's less.
That's weird. Here it is. Here it is. So this is the back, which is the original cover art.
Have they been delivered already?
This person's was delivered, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should be getting this soon. Oh, okay. Now here's interesting. It's a similar style to the Schwitz opening titles.
It is the same font, yeah.
Right?
The gold oil paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? But this is white, right? This is like
it's white,
like a black and white.
Yeah, but it's the same
tone.
font.
It's the same
paint font. Yep.
Interesting. I wonder if there'll be any videos of. I wonder if that's actually. Is that actually a font? Like, are the E's the same?
Yeah, it's a font. I'm sure Ono did it for him.
I'm trying to look at all the E's.
It's a font.
They kind of look different though.
No, it's a font. It's the same exact thing.
No, you're right. The shade on the left part of the E.
Look at the bottom of the Z's. They're all the same.
Ah, they are a font.
Yeah, it's a font. Probably Ono did it.
'Cause I was thinking it was like an artistic project that Jack did.
No.
Kind of like the animation, where it was like he or like the I know it wasn't, it was an emoji, but What was the one with the dino and the chickens?
Oh yeah.
For Survival. My
The
favorite,
emojis.
favorite
Yeah.
song ever.
Love it.
Wow. Now, question here. The Bitcoin treasure hunt that's in these albums. Do you think do you think that I got the golden ticket, but then Jack took it out after this posting that I did?
Probably.
Do you think I indirectly
Ungolden ticketed
I
yourself?
doxed him, but he took away 20,000 from me? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Or would that have an impact at all? Like, would he double check? Because I bought the hat. He probably knows, and he probably reverse engineered. What do you think,
I
Dave?
don't think it got to Jack, personally.
You don't think so? I don't think so either. I think this got fanned out. The fire
100%.
got fanned out. Yeah, before it got to Jack. Although I think he's probably aware.
No.
No? What do you think, D?
Yeah, I think he's aware.
Oh,
Is that the question?
Oh, really?
Is that the question?
Shit. We are
No.
on the shit list.
No, he's probably not aware of the extent of an incident.
Who knows,
Maybe. I'm sure he's aware there was an incident, but what the incident was?
Right. Because, yeah, like
I
I
mean,
want to
he
know the
caused
chain
it.
of command. Because I understand, at least from the very limited info that I got from Danny, was that, it was quickly taken care of. We could put it that way.
does
Yeah,
that mean?
Which
means
the
The
admins,
admin saw it. They knew what
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
They told me to take it down, and that's that.
the admin's job is to make it so Jack doesn't have to know this kind of stuff happens. So,
Right.
But at the same time, if there was like any follow-up posts or, if there,
Right.
these people are savvy with their social media audiences, but I don't think that there's like it's not like they have a weekly and he's keeping dailies on what all the fans
Right.
are doing, It's, I don't exactly think
Yeah,
it's
no, I
anything
get
like
that because, like, if we kind of look at this from like a high level artist point of view, he's working on Era too. He has these admins so that he doesn't have to give any sort of attention to anything else other than what he's.
Yeah, it just
What-
seems so minor to me that,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Cool. But Daniel, did Jack take away my Bitcoin?
if so,
if he did, it wasn't for this. No,
Because I'm sure the admins were provided. This is who did it.
take
Double
away
check.
his,
Double check if he bought the
Yeah.
klezmer.
That's that.
You know?
That's involved. I mean, hopefully this happened recently as
I
of
know
this
these Gen
recording,
Zs.
so hopefully yours was shipped before.
Before this
Yeah,
happened.
I think yours was definitely shit before this
Okay,
happened.
I'm safe then.
Either way, I hope we find out who gets it.
Oh, we will. Oh, I think you get a Bitcoin, you're not going to not dox yourself on that. Okay. Well, I'm excited. I love the klezmer music too. I love.
it's
I've
great
played that full set multiple times, just like in the background, and I feel very like alive. It's very kind of like I wish more people were around me so I can join in hands and we can go in a circle.
Yeah.
I kind of want I wish I was less weight so that people could like hold me up in a chair.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's going to take a whole army. Okay, so we got the klezmer, we got the Bitcoin.
So Joey announced new music coming this month, and it was his birthday yesterday.
Wow, and does that mean a new album or does that mean new music?
I think it'll be a single. That's just my feeling.
Well, I put a link in here of some background info. Where is it? Maybe it's in the honorable mentions. Joey Dosick and Maki with Lucky Paul. It was Lucky Paul, that guy who was percussion that I didn't know the name of. So yeah, this is So maybe this might be a little snippet into their life.
I think it could be, yeah.
Yeah. So oh man, Inside Voice. When that came out, man, that was like my spirit animal.
It's honestly one of the best. All of Joey's records are like one of my favorite records ever.
Yeah. And also, like, what's really cool is, like, I remember, in the telethon when they were talking about doing In Heaven, just how much reverence that Antoine had, and really all of them had towards covering a Dosick tune. They were, like, so, like, it was almost as if he's, like, Bono or something, or, like, I don't know if he's, like, as revered as Joey Dosick, but, I mean... Popularly, yeah.
He's more revered to me than Bono.
Yeah, I don't really get the Bono acclaim, but like or like it's like McCartney-esque, where it's just that like he's kind of like they picked right on that song, because I think of the songs on Inside Voice, that's like In Heaven is probably the most played from. I could probably look that up, and it's probably true. That and the stadium version of Game Winner, those two,
so
kick
good.
Ass. And if this is an album, I assume it's an album. If it's new music, or
I would love an album, but I have a feeling it's probably just a single, because I know he takes like so long to do an album.
Yeah, it took him a decade to make Inside Voice. Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing.
But he had all COVID,
right?
To really get in gear.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan? You think new music from Dosick is a single, or maybe he's just on somebody's album? Like Monkey.
I think the Joey Dosick Joshua Tree album's coming out, and Bono's gonna have to step aside. No, I think album.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in for album.
I hope so. That'd
yeah.
be amazing.
I think Inside is interesting. Like, I think there's. I don't want to call it pressure, but I think there's probably a little bit more pressure on him to release more often. Because I would say the decade of or so, or I don't know exactly how long it took him to make that record. I think it was about a decade, if I remember correctly from some videos.
It was like 7 years from what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It was kind of like pre Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily pre.
It was pre his involvement.
Right,
kind of.
or at least pre-Vulfpeck fandom. Like they were still playing bars when he, like when they were when he was making those, or at least composing those tunes, right? So maybe there's a little bit more fire under his booty.
Well, yeah, Theo's gotten a couple albums at this point under Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
He needs to come back and reclaim some of those like features, like the
Right.
running aways and stuff.
Yeah. I
Right,
agree.
exactly. Yeah. Man, Dosick is another beast, man.
He's amazing.
He is so special, and I definitely understand why Jack would. It's so interesting. It's kind of like I don't really know I haven't really seen the Avengers, but it's like Vulf is like the Avengers. And I know we've talked about this before, but like he just picks them right, and they all have intrinsic differences that make them so good individually that when put together just sings, man. It's crazy. Wow. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. At an undisclosed location at Subway.
So Theo has, I know, right? Theo has new music out, which we started the podcast with, Be the Wheel. And he has a new record coming out, and he has a brand new, what did he call it? A new record label, 10 Good Songs.
Yeah, I'm interested in this. Why? I'm curious as to why he wouldn't partner with Vulf in this. Like, what do you think, Daniel? Because I think, is this presenting, and I know that, I'm thinking of it kind of in an Avengers-esque, light. I think there's room for competition. There's room for everybody. But kind of humoring me here. What you think this is a good move for him? I think it is. But I also think, maybe because I'm trying to think too. Because like we have this company CHOBO, and I want to kind of develop the original content here as well. I'm curious as to this move, to rather kind of a stepping aside from the Vulf Records. Maybe it's because his tone and his style of music is maybe, how do we say, not childlike enough for Vulf Records. He hits harder. He cusses. He talks about drugs, sex, heartbreak.
Yeah, there is all that. There's the thematic stuff. I mean, but let's take a look at Inside Voice. Is Inside Voice on Vulf Records? Are any of Corey's albums on Vulf Records? They're all Round Wound Media. So, and I mean,
yeah, and Dossic's on a label,
right? So I think I mean, to be honest, it could be just that Theo's been hanging out with Jack so much, and Jack's like, dude, you got to try the record stuff out because it is super fun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like how Corey Wong made Round Wound. Theo's like, well, I got to make mine too. Yeah.
Why not? I don't know anything about the advantages of record companies at that level, but it seems like there's enough of them that each one of those people is spinning off into those. And also it's, how many albums in for Theo. I mean, that'd be interesting to see what his previous albums were released under then. Age of Vibe, Heartbreak Hits,
I just looked and it's all now been it's all been consumed by 10
that's interesting.
Does that mean songs. It was either
he did it like
self-released?
Retroactively now?
Were they self-released or were they purchased back? Like, was he originally with a label?
Self-released, or he had a different company name.
Because that's what's interesting. Because the whole Motown era was what I thought Vulf Records would turn into, right? Like all these artists, dozens of artists on this one record label that even would put out medleys of the artists together on single albums. Like it was kind of a universe of great artists, right? Mm-hmm. And Vulf Records seemed, at least early on, that it was kind of an attempt at the Motownization in a modern context. Mm-hmm. But it's more or less just Jack's expression branded, right? Because like he's not a artist, but Vulf is now an artist. Like when you see the Schwitz album, it's Vulfpeck and Vulf. And Jack Stratton is largely not even, other than the liner notes, uncredited. Or at least he doesn't brand himself. He brands Vulf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think I kind of do that too with Chobo. Because I largely don't post anything. Mm. But I'm posting a lot on Chobo. So it's like...
It was self-released.
Yeah.
By Theo.
Okay. Self-released.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems all to be retroactive now, at least on his YouTube, where his license is going to 10 Good Songs. So
wow, I wonder how many opportunities a label had to pick Theo up and they didn't, and then he got into Vulfpeck and now they're like shooting themselves in the foot. They by not having him on their label, because like maybe it didn't happen that way for Dossick, but whoever picked up Dossick on their label knew what Jack knew.
Yeah.
But it's maybe it doesn't suck for Theo because he wouldn't have had to go through some sort of legal battle to buy his rights back so that he could put it on his own label. So maybe it's good.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what potential downsides that Dossick would have by not being self-produced,
Yeah.
Because those tours, I remember like the TCCP where I went to New York, that was, I think, put on by his label, those shows. Mm. So he's kind of beholden to the
to a certain amount
of
the
label.
Like shows and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Where it's like, we got to make at least some money back, so you're gonna have to do these shows. And it didn't seem like he was forced in any way. Like he performed great, and he appeared to love to be there. But it's an interesting dynamic when it's like a company involved, as opposed to self-producing, like Corey and Jack. So yeah. Okay. Well, speaking, I wanted to throw the Corey Chipmunk. Have you guys seen the reel from?
No,
from
but
Corey?
I want to see it. I'm very interested in this.
He's got the earrings on too.
Crazy. People are telling me to speed up and chipmunk my music down because that's the thing that's. It sounds so dope though. What? Yo, you people are crazy.
Gosh, he's dying.
That's great. Yeah, I saw this right before we recorded, so I had to pop it in the
I
rundown.
love that so much.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love his earring choice. I think it's.
I love his earrings. I think it's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He's following in the footsteps of Prince.
Yeah.
You know, what's next? Some high heels?
Kook.
He can't wear hoops. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he can pull off the hoops.
He can't pull off the hoops.
Yeah.
Is that appropriation?
So Theo recently went on Corey's podcast and talked about a lot of stuff.
Some round wound 10 song merger action here. Okay.
So if anybody wants to listen to that, that is there, and also they did like a little teaser of it. On the company that Corey
Produces
partners
the
with,
podcast?
Premier Guitar. Yeah. So he talks about here meeting one of his heroes from Fish, Trey Anastasio, and I listened to that and that was pretty interesting. So
is there a snippet from there that would be interesting to add to the show here? Do you?
Yeah, the end is really interesting.
And when you draw a graphic, and when you come up with a T-shirt, and when you come up with your signature guitar with a emergency fourth position push pot, okay?
Yes.
You have an opportunity to send that enthusiasm about that genuine enthusiasm into the world via everything you do. And call me crazy, but I've found it not even though I was shocked initially, I started to realize like, oh, of course this is who Trey is. Well, how do we get Fish? How do you explain Fish? This is a phenomenon. What is this about? It's bigger than the music. And then you talk to the guy and it's like, oh, he's interested in the story. He's interested in the journey. He's interested in the love. He's interested in the energy, the connection. You know what I mean? It's like, no wonder this is the biggest independent band in the history of the world. I mean,
Yeah.
he was basically so shocked, like how because Theo was really nervous meeting him, and so he kept giving Trey an out of the conversation. So he'd just give like one word answers, but Trey would ask him, "Oh, where are you performing? Oh, okay. Do you like performing there? Have you ever performed
Yes.
there before?" Like he would keep asking questions because he was so interested in Vulfpeck. He basically went to a dinner with Trey's band, the Trey Anastasio band, and Vulfpeck. They had a dinner together.
Yeah. Well, didn't he open for the? Didn't they open together at Red Rocks?
Yep.
Before
so
they
had a
headlined?
dinner before
Yeah.
that, before Red Rocks. And Theo was
Wow.
like so shocked how down to earth and nice he was and interested in him he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could you YouTube? I think they played dun, 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 dun. What's that one? Oh my god. I have a Vulfpeck podcast.
Rango?
No. Oh, was it Rango? I thought it was
It's so blurry.
it's like a stream of a stream of a stream.
Yeah, what year was this from?
what do I need to say?
2017.
No.
May 31st. It's the year
1987.
before they headlined.
We just found this guy in the parking lot. He was like, "Hey man, is it cool if I sit in?" We were like, "Well, let's hear you play a little bit first."
This is quite an outfit on Theo. These high red socks
Yeah.
with the skinny jeans and the tank. Those
I
socks
love
are a
it.
choice. Corey is hard as a rock right now behind that guitar.
hopping like a bunny.
Hilarious video ever.
Oh. God, what is that song called again?
Joe 2 is lit.
I'm mad at myself now.
It's not Rango?
No,
This song or another song you're thinking
No,
of?
it's with the train sound.
Oh, you're talking about
Oh, come on.
it's shit.
It's not Rango. It's come on.
It's on like the verge of my tongue here.
Anyway, Danny's screaming on this computer.
I know.
You don't deserve this podcast. Oh man. Okay. All right. I forgot it.
So that's fun.
Do you have any help, Daniel?
Are you guys talking about a real estate song?
No.
No.
Vulfpeck with the train sound.
Vulfpeck with a train.
It's one of Indy's favorites.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah, I know.
Rest and.
I can't remember right now, but you know, it's fine.
Let's drop it.
So this is a very interesting TikTok made
El
by
Chepe.
El Chepe, yeah.
It's El Chepe. I think that's train in Spanish.
Is it? Yeah.
El Chepe, the train.
This is taking a while. But basically, the guy who made Ono Type Co. explains his relationship with Vulfpeck, how they met, and how their relationship started.
Everything, the question mark and everything after it, remove that.
The question mark?
See in the URL? Yep. Maybe that'll work.
There we go. This is really interesting.
Moment by Vulfpeck on my. In 2015, I got "Wait for the Moment" by Vulfpeck on my Spotify Discover Weekly, and as soon as I heard it, I dove deep. In 2015,
okay.
I got "Wait for the Moment" by Vulfpeck on my Spotify Discover Weekly, and as soon as I heard it, I dove deep into the band's catalog and became a super fan in the matter of about an hour and a half. I looked it up because I had to see them live, and they happened to be playing in San Francisco that night. The stars aligned, and my life has never been the same. Now, I was vocal enough of a fan for the band leader, Jack Stratton, to reach out directly to me with a very simple, straightforward email. He was hyper-specific about what he wanted, and the end result...
So Jack says...
Think about what he wanted.
I've been thinking about a Vulf font. One
what he
weight,
wanted.
bold. Oh my God. I fucking hate
email.
TikTok. Okay. I've been thinking about a Vulf font. One weight, bold, monospace. It'd be sick to use it on Vulfpeck.com based on IBM
Something italic.
Substrilic italic. I've been using Lacrima, I think, and
Yeah.
Pitch is cool too. Ono Vulf collab. Let me know if that's interesting. No expiration.
That's such a sick sign off.
I know.
No
I love Jack.
expiration.
I love Jack so much.
Oh, man.
So sick.
No, best Jack, sincerely Jack. Not even just a
Nothing.
Jack or a J.
No capitals.
Nothing. Nope.
Nothing.
But that's very Vulf all underscore.
Wow. And also,
This photo of
it's
it's a record. It's an old record. I love him.
it's probably from the Funklet days.
100%.
Yeah.
Love this email.
He was
Something
hyper-specific.
about a Jack Stratton email that just gets me hard.
Got
Also,
a chubby chubby.
yeah, it also leaves me depressed. All it took for him was a DM to get a response from him, and it takes us 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022,
doxing?
2023. 5 years of making a podcast and not a peep in the comment section from
know.
Vulf. Not a peep.
I know.
It's almost as like he wanted me out from the pack from the beginning.
He did.
Specific.
I feel like we've always been the black sheep. But
Black sheep?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
No, I mean, we're not musicians, so it's not, we don't speak their language. I mean,
We technically are, but not to
we're
the
not.
caliber of, yeah.
I think calling us musicians is a little bit of a
disservice.
stretch. Yeah.
Even though I can read music, but I haven't in a while.
I mean, comparatively.
Yeah.
about what he wanted, and the end result ended up being Vulf Mono, an 8-style family based on the IBM Selectric light italic typeface. Then, every once in a while, a collaboration with my favorite band would grace my to-do list, and one of those was this poster series, which then gave way to 3 additional Ono fonts. All this also gave way to many collaborations with Goodhertz, the audio plugin company, via Rob Stenson, Jack's childhood friend, and arguably my favorite graphic designer of all time. Then we did Vulf Sands. Jack did a nice video promoting it.
Not gonna happen, not gonna happen, not gonna happen.
Rob did the type. I even got to do the headstock logo on Joe Dart's signature Music Man bass, and they paid me in exactly 1 bass. I got to do a guitar pedal for Corey Wong. I got to meet Theo and Woody. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Just kidding, still stressed. All along the way, in all these collaborations, Jack only had one note, one bit of feedback, and that was that the Minneapolis poster featuring this reverse contrast Lombardic capitals design was too hard to read. I changed it. So here's the takeaway, I guess. If you love a band,
One note out of all of those projects. One fucking note. It's so Jack. It's so Jack. Of everything we've heard about Jack, it's so Jack.
It's so Jack.
I love it.
I know. Even the stage design for MSG, like when we were talking to Trisha Robertson about that.
Same story.
No notes. She gave him 10 different designs. He picked the top one, the first one he saw. No
Love
notes.
Love
What a guy.
really love
know.
a band, tell everyone, tell the world, make it known. Maybe they'll reach out. Who knows? You never know. What I'm really impressed by is that all of these people are totally at the top of their field, but they don't have big egos. They're really kind, and these dream collaborations like this really do exist. All you have to do is be obsessed.
Wow.
And
I know. Really cool.
That's why I have a feeling there'll be a Fearless Flyers recording right where we're sitting. It feels like it feels Jack Conti studio-esque in here for that. it's just perfect size enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let things go. We're definitely not gonna open for the openers
No.
after my snafu, but we might provide the studio services for
That'd be cool.
a future. I think that would be really cool. I think of everything that Vulf would do, or Vulf Records. Maybe not that now that I doxed their primary location. I think Fearless would be the perfect thing to have here if they were going to pick Chobo Studios to record.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I think they'd be completely underwhelmed by all my equipment, but they can bring whatever they want.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. We already went through the Joey Dosick Maki Lucky Paul. But what else we got?
Guru in the Wild.
Guru.
Guru organic energy drink.
Wow. I found a new Guru at Whole Foods. Hell yeah, dude.
Love that.
Honorable mention.
I loved this Corey Instagram.
Fearless Flyers are back, boy. Fearless Flyers are back, boy. Do your TikTok dance. Fearless Flyers are back, boy. Fearless Flyers
Completely cut
Is
off.
that the Dart Man? That he didn't film at all?
are back, boy.
By the guitar, I'm gonna say no.
Do your TikTok dance.
Or by the bass.
Fearless Flyers are
I
back,
don't
boy.
think it is.
I think it is without glasses. We just don't recognize him without glasses.
The 5 o'clock
Worst
shadow.
video I've ever seen.
I know.
And also Corey.
That's awesome.
Corey knows he's in trouble, so he's like intentionally covering most of the frame.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
god.
he knows Jack is gonna come down on him like the admins came down on me.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
This insane hill climber tattoo.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Over the nips.
Over the nips.
Over the nipples.
He should have made the nipples like Joe Dart signature bass knobs.
Ooh, yeah.
I would have made those like 3D.
Maybe if you worked the nipples into the design of the mountain, I don't know. But
Or move
that's
the lines over
insane.
let the lines go around the nips.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's
Ouchie.
commitment.
That is ouchie, ouchie, ouchie.
Wow.
That comes to the end of our emotional up and down podcast. It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I've had a few days to process everything and to think about it.
Yeah, I feel better now that we've talked about it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I regret everything I did.
I know.
I know that I've put us and all the work that we've done, all three of us,
In jeopardy.
in not necessarily in jeopardy, because we're going to still do this podcast. Like, that's not going to change. As far as I'm concerned, nothing has changed. I still have my fake account. So I still have access. So Danny, even if you don't give me access back, it's all right. I'm still in there. But yeah, I just want to say, I want to apologize to you guys, honestly, too, because I don't know if maybe more people will listen now. The post is only up for like a half hour, so I don't even know if anybody saw it other than the admins.
No,
So-
literally nobody saw it.
And,
I
like-
didn't even see it.
You didn't see it?
No,
Did you see it, D?
no, he doesn't
Been
go on
over
Instagram.
this. No, I
No,
have
okay.
not.
He's never on Instagram.
We've been on a journey. Oh yeah, you're
Oh
never.
yeah,
on it.
because this didn't happen in the pack. This happened on your.
No, which is so confusing to me.
Instagram. Yeah.
So all the admins follow the podcast on Instagram. So
They've been trying to bring us down. No, they've been scoping it out. I feel like some of them
Right.
have been wanting to bring this hoe down.
right,
I feel like they were sitting there with a
these
sniper.
non-musician.
Because I feel like, do they really listen to the podcast, or they just praying for our downfall?
No, well, the people who listen to the podcast have
Are the best.
some candor and have some empathy and have or the one person that does, who we messaged. I gotta say,
God bless everybody.
God bless everybody. It's all lore. It's all that's what I like to do. I like to mold stuff out of clay with ideas. If there's a piece of clay, of an idea, I'm gonna mold it into something.
You definitely did.
You got the doxing. I find a little thing that fits right into that, and I mold it together, and I get doxed. I get banned. But anyway,
The longer it's been, the funnier it is to me. Gotta say.
yeah. Well, yeah, I think I love continuing those ideas. Like when I first saw that on, I remember showing that to Daniel, the telethon doxing. When we kind of went over that together, it was hilarious. It's a great joke. And I just wanted to contribute to that. And that was honestly my only intent.
I know.
Well, yeah, it goes back to Daniel's point. This is honestly my only intent was just to further the doxing lore. Because it was funny. And I want to say, I totally looked up all the subway locations in Northridge. Joey Dosick was sure not in Northridge. And I know those green awnings were nowhere near anywhere in Northridge. So if that's a doxing of the good old Dossie, the doxing of Dosick. Yeah. Well, you can't ban me twice. So if you're still here, thank you guys for watching and listening.
Yeah.
We love you, Alexa. We love you, Matt TC Lucas. We love you, Danny Wood. We love you, Tommy Does Music. We love you, Jack Stratton. We love you, Joey
Don't forget
Dosick. Bill, Police Box. He didn't contribute on Instagram today,
I know,
so I'm
but
going to
we
leave
love
him
him.
out intentionally.
Hey!
No, I'm just kidding. Bill, put our ad in all your videos. What are you doing? You're just going to post one? You got to stop the concert mid-concert and put our ad in there every video. That's what I didn't mean for you to post one video. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
We live for Bill.
We love Bill. We love Police Box. We hope your brain bleed is stopped completely. We love you. Do not sneeze.
Hold a sneeze.
Don't hold a sneeze. Sneeze.
Yeah. Let them sneezes fly.
Yeah. No, you can play the music just really low.
Okay.
I think it's a good, I don't want to be so abrupt in the end here. I mean, I just want to milk it. But anyway, this has been the Conscious Club Podcast. Daniel, thank you for all you
Thank you,
do.
Daniel.
We love you.
Too.
Thank you. Tori, thank you for your candor. You're in a completely different place now
I
than we
am.
were when we started.
Oh yeah, I'm
We
a
were so
lot less anxious.
Yeah. I mean, she had no fire under. She's still in the pack. And she was
now.
the anxious one.
For now.
I was a little depressed for like a few minutes, but after that, I'm like, if y'all want to leave me on red, so be it. Live in that hell, baby.
Yeah.
Live in that hell. Because I ain't. I'm only sending y'all love because that's what what an upstanding citizen would do. Is when you do something wrong, you say
Own up to
sorry.
it.
Yeah, you own up to it. You say you're sorry. And to those who don't want to forgive, I say live in that hell, baby. God bless.
Kook.
We'll see you next week or next month.
Bye.
Raise that level.
Oh,
What are
sorry.
you doing?
Sorry.
Come on.
I was sleeping.
I don't want there to be an Indy takeover because Tori took over on episode 18 and she hasn't left. When you dox me second time, got nothing left to dox. Don't dox yourself, everybody.
Charmander, you're a nasty boy, nasty boy, nasty boy. Charmander, you're a nasty boy. Why you gotta pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on, pick on Pikachu?
Checking to see if my mom's alive right now.
Charizard, what we gonna do?
Tape B16. Bring up tape B16. Thank you.
All life is a miracle, miracle, miracle. All life is a miracle. That's why you gotta keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on.
What a show.
Keep on.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Conscious Club podcast. Just really quick, this is a fan-made podcast. Jack Stratton had nothing to do with this hot pile of garbage. We have no affiliation with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or, really anything under the greater Vulf umbrella. We just love them so much. We do this show out of love, not for money. But if you want to tip us, we have a Patreon. That's right. It's patreonify.com. Patreonify.com. That's right. Go over there. It's the hit new craze in the Vulf sphere. Get over there and help us out. We have many different tiers to choose from. If you have a little extra coin to pass on, you get some extra merch, some exclusive merch. So head over to patreonify.com and thank you guys so much for listening.